I think going forward, I'm looking forward because also I'm looking at the important dates in the NBA. I think July 1st is also an important date because we talk about transitions and teams making moves. I'm going to be looking forward to see what the Miami Heat do because I think Spo maxed out every squeeze, every inch, every drop of talent, everything he could put out there. I think we maxed it out, but when you have the MVP who's taller and bigger, and the other guys are taller, bigger, and they're shooting well, they couldn't overcome that. So I think there's going to be moves. Miami's going to make some moves. You know, there's lots of rumors, talk. You know,
so let's get into that. So what's next for the Heat? What would you like to see? What do you think will get done? Like what's next?
I think we need shooters. We need size and we need shooters, right? Damian Lillard was on a podcast. He was talking about possible destinations. Obviously, Damian Lillard he re-signed with the Trailblazers. Let me pull up his spot track. But he was saying, you know, possible destinations, places he might like to go. He named Boston, Miami, and the New York Knicks. And he said, you know, if he had to pick out of the three, he preferred Miami. And apparently he has a friendship or something with Bam Adebayo, which I don't understand. I don't know.
Dude, everybody's friends in the NBA. I feel like everybody's like boys. They're all just, it's like one big club. Like they're all just friends. Like there's no real rivalries anyways.
But so he signed through Damian Lillard is signed through 24-25. He can he exercised his player extension right now, so he's his base salary is $48 million. So he's super huge, and you know he's definitely being dangled out there as possibly transition. I don't know how they make the money work. I don't know how they make the contracts work. But if there's anybody I can believe in, it's in Pat Riley and Andy Ellisberg making big moves when everything seems dark and it seems like there's nothing they can do. Jimmy. This series disappeared. I think the best Jimmy we've seen was that bubble Jimmy with him bent over, maxed out. I don't know because with him, you know, he sat a lot this season, and it was kind of in preparation for the playoffs. And I think he showed out, especially you know to start the playoff run. But I think this year we saw max out Jimmy. You talk about Bam Adebayo. Very upset with Bam Adebayo. You know, every year we're talking about him making steps. Can you progress? You know, he finally becomes an all-star. Maybe a second-year all-star. Maybe they skip over him, whatever. The thing I hate about Bam Adebayo is his non-aggressiveness. There's some times where you just got to take over and be a big man and just dunk in people's faces offensively and not settle for an elbow. Sometimes you have to settle for an elbow. You know, a little fadeaway elbow shot. But you want to see him, you know, get close to the rim and bang against guys. Now you play Jokic. Jokic's way bigger, taller, wider. You know, as big as Bam Adebayo is, he's very lanky. He's not like a fierce.
Well, he's
strong.
Strong.
He's strong, but you know he's kind of lanky compared to
6'8"?
Jokic. Compared to Jokic, very lanky. So
no, but isn't he smaller in general though? Isn't he like 6'8"?
No, I gotta look at his height.
Or something like that. Like he's pretty small for a center. And like I agree with you. Like I think. Look, I
6'9",
mean,
I got him listed as.
I know you're saying the 6'9", so yeah. I mean, I know you're saying the whole shooter thing, but I feel like, I mean, we've gone this shooter route. Like, you're just not going to find another Steph Curry. Like, you're just not. Like, to me, yes, I agree. You need another big man because Kyle Love ain't it. Cody Zeller's not it. You need another big guy to partner with Bam. I honestly think maybe even put Bam in more of a power forward situation, and then like. Have like a true big man with him, or even if you don't do that, just have a guy on the bench who can come in as a big man to have those matchups with like people like Jokic, for example. You know, I think you need another big man for sure because you really have Bam and that's it. And I'm not saying you need to go out there and get an all-star, but you need to go out there and get a good player who can come in and give him the time and the rest, or be able to strategize and maybe even throw a two big man set out there. You know what I mean? I'm not so much in the shooter route because I feel like we've been going this shooter route, and it's just like, I mean, I like Lillard. I like Lillard, one, because, yes, he can shoot, but I do think Lillard can bring an element of creativity to the game that Miami needs. I think that's what Miami really needs is a playmaker. I think Miami really needs a guy who's going to come in there, bring the ball down the court, and like make space for people like Jimmy, because I think what the Heat's plan really has been so far is like give the ball to Jimmy, let him shoot or let him drive, and then he'll kick it out. And then they'll shoot from a three, whether it be Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin, like whoever. I think the Heat, look, I'm done with Tyler Hero. I get he was injured. Get rid of him, man. Like get what you can for him. I think you got to get what you can for him. I'm cool with getting. I like Caleb Martin. I think he was a good find, but I think you parlay it into something else, man. I think if you can send them over to Portland, you don't think Portland would take these two young pieces and give up a Damian Lillard, who's now coming aging? I think Damian Lillard could fit really well into this team, because I think they brought Kyle Lowry into this to kind of be, and so same thing with Oladipo, to kind of be those guys who are going to be like playmakers and kind of open up the court for everybody, but they didn't really work out. Kyle Lowry just seems washed. Oladipo's always fucking hurt. So you need to, like, I know he's not necessarily, I liked Grogic because he brought that element to the game for Miami, where he was kind of that playmaker and kind of like set things up for the team.
And if there's anything that Pat Riley has proven, he loves veterans who've been around for a while, maybe guys who've been close to winning, either winners in the past or close to winning. So I think, to me, looking forward, because I'm looking at the important dates in the NBA. Obviously, we're coming up on the draft next week, so Wembanyama's going to go to the Spurs. It's June 22nd, NBA draft. But July 1st is when restricted agents can sign offers, and it's the official start of the next year. So I'm looking forward to the upcoming dates to see. I feel like everybody's on the table. I feel like Duncan Robinson's on the table, Tyler Hero's on the table. I feel possibly Bam could be on the table. They have small pieces. I like Caleb Martin.
The only reason why I don't think you, I think the only reason why you don't get a Bam, because there's just not many big guys out there, and he's
you have to replace him with something. It's like if you get rid of him, you have to replace him with something. It's
that's my only thing. You can find another Caleb Martin, you can find another Gabe Vincent, you can find another Tyler Hero. I think people in Miami overhyped Tyler Hero. I've always felt like he was overhyped. He's not bad, but I think you can get something for him. I think there's a team out there that'd be willing to get something for him that you would actually want. If you can offload Duncan Robinson, go for it. Because I think Duncan Robinson's another guy where you can find another guy who can put up 10 points for you like Duncan does. Like there's no shortage of guys who can put up 10 points off the bench. Like offload that contract, get rid of him, like free up some money, maybe sign in some new guys.